DreamHack Rocket League YouTube channel is, I believe, where this is from. Where does this overlay come in? They must have an overlay. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we'll put it right under there. Perfect. Wow, it actually snapped into position. How did that work? What do I have? Wow, it's actually just, it's perfectly placed. I don't know how, but it's just snapping into position here in the exact position I wanted it. That's ideal. So it's PSG versus NRG. Not the grand final that most people were expecting for DreamHack Valencia when the day started, because Vitality went into day 3 of the tournament without losing a single game, and then NRG beat them with 3-0. So that was unexpected. PSG had to go through Cloud9 to get to the final, and they reverse swept them. So that was also pretty unexpected. So both these teams got here with really crazy results. So the semi-finals were sort of okay. Maybe I thought the Bricks would put up more of a fight than they did, but still, going in PSG's favour is not too surprising. I'm going to turn the chat off for this. So let me just turn that off so you guys can see the face cams clearly. And yeah, let's just get into this one and talk about the games. And if you get any questions about the event, then just let me know. I'll mute the alerts as well, just so we don't have Brian spamming numbers over the top of this. So I did have NRG winning after they were able to beat Vitality and Complexity already in the day 3 of this tournament. I thought, okay, they're probably going to be the favourites for this one, even though they've never won a grand final before. They've been in 3 before this, grand finals and majors, lost 2 of them to Dignitas, 1 of them to Flipside. But today I was thinking, okay, maybe this will be their day. They have overall looked like the better team. And Chaussette, for me, was player of the tournament up until this point, but Fruity and Farah, although they were linking up quite well at some points, were less of a worry. That's a great shot there by Garrett to set up Fireburner for the opening goal. And yeah, this is the sort of area where you want Fruity to come into play, because he was actually defending very well with the aerial plays in front of the PSG net, in front of the PSG net for most of the tournament. But I was concerned. I didn't know if they were going to be able to do that against NRG, because NRG are so quick. Garrett and Justin in particular are absolutely monstrous in front of the net. But there you go, nice little bumping play by Farah after he centers it, and Chaussette's able to tie it up straight away. Garrett's trying to bring that under control. He wanted to keep it in the corner, but he just gets clattered out the net, and then Chaussette follows in. Bit of a mess in the box, but PSG capitalized. They were really, really clinical. They took so many of their chances in this tournament, and if you want to see more of the games of it, please check out the DreamHack Rocket League YouTube channel, like I've listed up there at the top of the screen. Rayx 17 tiers for 4 months of Prime, and also Happy, thanks for 7 months tier 1. And Jericho's with the 12-month Prime. Welcome back, boys. Much appreciated. And yeah, this is another weird goal. I obviously don't think a goal like this should be happening at this level. It's a mess in defense by NRG again. Fireburner with a backflip, although it didn't look like he was getting to the ball in time anyway. And then there was nobody rotating straight back to goal. So miscommunication from a team who have called themselves the best in-game comms in the world. So you don't want to see too much of that from NRG. So PSG, I mentioned earlier, NRG had been in 3 grand finals before this one, and they lost all 3 of them. PSG have only ever been in 1 before this, and they did win it, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, were they in 2 actually? Wait, I'm trying to remember. Gnarly Rocket League, Gnarly Invitational. Did PSG get the final of that? Aye, they did, yeah. So they lost that one though. So they've been in 2 grand finals and they won 1 of them. But with this exact roster, they've only been in 1 grand final, and this is it. So Fruity, second keyboard and mouse player to ever make a grand final. Cheeky little floor pinch there. Got to be a bit more aggressive on the defender, from the defender's perspective, if you're coming in for that. Best time of challenge, always when the ball hits the ground, so would have been better for NRG if they moved in for that. But yeah, Fennec, Chaussette. Has anybody else been trying the Fennec just because of Chaussette? Can we get some F's in chat if Chaussette's inspired you to play this car after his performance at DreamHack? It's crazy. I bet he's like up the sales of that substantially just because of his own individual performance. So Jesse, how you doing, mate? 25 month. How was a vacation? Hopefully it was good for you, mate. Good to have you back. Snick, so thanks for the 8 months as well. 5 months for Parker DeMoss. Welcome back, guys. I have muted Brian for now, but I'll replay any question or any spam later on, since I know you guys love your spam, and I'll answer any questions myself. I'll just make sure to read them. Spivitar, thanks for 10 month tier 1. We got Celly RL with the 6 month Prime. Glad to have you, or glad to be back as well. a new lineup for the fours set up. We're taking there's a delay on the next one starting. You might have noticed, or anybody who's been checking out my YouTube channel might have noticed that the lore games, well, the most recent lore games was on my channel. If you've not yet seen that, you can go check it out on my YouTube. It wasn't streamed at all, or was it actually streamed? No, actually it might have been streamed. I was away in Spain, but I think my editor did put it on my Twitch channel as well. But yeah. The most recent lore games was on my channel because lore had a few complications. He had to delay from making that one, so he just sent me the replays and let me do it because he didn't want to delay it too much before people forgot about it altogether. But yeah, we'll hopefully be able to do something pretty soon. Oh, that was nearly a sick read by Justin. Downward bounce, he just got a bit too high on it. You went back C3 today thanks to Seneca after being garbage for months. I've yet to try it myself, but I've got to give it a go. It looks insane. I'm Kirby, thanks to the 11-month Prime. Really appreciate that. So, yeah, just as this game's one of the more, I wouldn't say boring, but one of the more like kind of ping-pong games. Pretty standard for the game one, especially in the grand final, just everybody hard clearing over and over again. And yeah, there was no real threat for NRG to come back. It looked pretty comfortable for PSG. For the most part, there's some tough shots, some really tough angles for Justin, but overall I think PSG were sitting sort of comfortable in this lead. So I'll just chat about the general event, DreamHack Valencia. It was a lot of fun, loved casting it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Garrett, just pops it clear. But casting with Shogun, always very enjoyable. We've had a lot of practicing lands together, or casting lands together. With Gfinity in the past, previous DreamHacks to that one. So hopefully we'll get to see more of that in the future. It's definitely my favorite casting combo, just because we've had the most experience together. Really nice block there by Farah. But yeah, you're Shogun are the best combo. I'm glad you think so, mate. I'm trying our best to improve. We're a bit like... It's a bit weird this weekend for DreamHack Valencia. We were constantly saying the wrong names. Like, Shogun does it once later on in this series where he just totally calls the wrong name. He meant to say Chaussette and he said Justin when a really like cool goal went in for Chaussette. But I was doing that on day one as well. I couldn't like stop saying the wrong names. Sometimes we're like joking about it. Like if one of us would mess up, we'd like call each other out. But for the grand final, the moment that Shogun said that name wrong, I was thinking it's probably better to just gloss over that, just pretend it didn't happen. We'll probably hear it later on. I think it was in one of the Neo Tokyo games, if there were. Don't remember if there were more than one. Let's just skip on because I know this is a long series. So 1-0 PSG. They took their chances. NRG were not able to do so. St. Kier, how you doing, mate? Thanks for the 3-month Prime. Glad you enjoyed the content, mate. Hope you're having a good time. What is the crowd chanting here? Hold on. The crowd's chanting, we're underwater. Can you hear that? Hold on.
By a couple of games. No, overall, that's one of the less dominating kickoff from PSG.
I couldn't hear that in the event because the crowd audio wasn't as loud in our caster headsets as it was for the stream, so we didn't hear anything that they were saying pretty much. That's brilliant. Oh, I love the EU audience. Man alive. OGC Psycho, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. Hope you're having a good time, mate. EU chants so much better. It's just a bit more creative, but I mean, I'm not someone who's all about EU's the greatest. NA can't possibly live up to EU crowds. Nah, I'm trying to like, sing the praises of EU crowds when they do well. That's an open net miss for Garrett. Pretty tough one, but it's an open net miss nonetheless. Whenever an EU crowd does something cool or say something funny, I like to point it out because I'm, just trying to give them praise where it's due. But hopefully in the future we'll see an NA LAN where the crowd's really getting into funny chants because it really does make it so much better for the stream. NA crowd longest wave. Yeah, that was brilliant. I was so proud to see that. That was amazing. What were they saying? They were saying we're underwater. Or they're just chanting we're underwater over and over again on Aquadale. But yeah, but this series, for like even into most of the second game here, it's predominantly Chaussette who's trying to bring the ball down and dribble it, and that's mostly it. But Justin had quite a few dribbles of his own in DreamHack Valencia, so we were looking at him to maybe be the one to try and dribble on offense. Garrett G is someone who loves to slow the game down in defense, and he did do plenty of that, but you got to be careful when you do it. Oh, there you go. There's the first own goal. It's brilliant stuff by brilliant stuff by Justin. Just a little wiggle and fakes out Chaussette, and Farah played the ball here. He really shouldn't be trying to play the ball. I mean, it looked like he's trying to get a demo, but you can't back pass at that speed if that's what he was going for. It's just not on. When you are recovering, you know, getting back into the game from offense, most of the time it's better to play the opponent's car rather than the ball. There he got both, and you see what can happen. It's a bit dangerous. Yeah, it's not a small amount of money, Shogun. What did you get with the end of the year edition? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're on about there, mate. Who will NRG pick up? I'm not sure. I love being in the dark on that kind of thing. I honestly don't know. Oh, that's risky, but Justin, I think he just did enough there to save anything that would have been on target. He was just flying in front of the ball to make sure nobody could get a shot. Fruity should really be scored in there, but he's just misread the bounce a little bit. It looked like it was just a free shot. Good boost starving by PSG though. And they're being super aggressive with their second man, which is something that Bricks did well in this tournament. Like every time the ball comes across the box, there's already somebody there immediately. NRG are looking pretty good in defense. That's a good boost grab by Justin. That should relieve this pressure. Like I was saying earlier, I don't remember exactly how these games went. There's moments where I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that, but overall I don't remember exactly what happened. Because I did not watch back since Valencia happened. A bit risky by Garrett looking for a flick there. The dunk was looming and fairly obvious. Justin half flip save and a double save. Yeah, I think 150-50 for NRG would do them so much good here because they're in a bit of trouble boost-wise. And all you need to do in that situation is 50-50 the ball. You don't need to flick it past your opponent. You just need to 50-50 it. Because at that point, they can't get it straight through you. And then you're at least getting one player out of the game without really putting yourself at risk of being dunked on, which is, I'd say, way better than going for a risky flick. Hey, Yummy Cheese Man, how's it going, mate? Looking forward to joining in your stream very, very soon. And then Morgan, thanks for 18 months of Prime. Welcome back. And also D Swizzle 3, thanks for the 2 months of Prime. Welcome back to you. Garrett G looking for a fake as well. It's actually worked. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and that's the goal here. I don't believe that twice in this game PSG fell for the wiggle. Look at that. Fruity this time. It was Chaussette before. And Farah, I guess. And now this time Fruity fell for the wiggle. Doesn't dodge through the ball. Garrett G just chips it into the crossbar off the challenge. 2-0. Panic on the goal line from Chaussette, who didn't have a completely clean defensive game. I think Fruity was probably, for me, the most consistent defensive member of PSG, but Chaussette did have his moments where he would get a really flashy save, double save, or you know, something clutch that he could transition into offense. So yeah, PSG are trying to push up here. They just want to get a goal back because they're already down by 2. They concede a third one. They're probably just thinking, maybe Justin will miss that. But realistically, does Justin miss that? Nah, he's always going to get that ball. Saji88, thanks for the 7 months of Prime. Expected no problem, mate. A bit of a fortunate occurrence, but we'll take it. What happened to 12 Titans Season 3? Laura just didn't have time. It was it's League of Rockets that runs the 12 Titans events, not me. I just help with some logistics and casting. But yeah, he just didn't have any time. It's a huge amount of work that goes into those events. Huge amount of work, which I'm sure you guys appreciate. Alright, this is where the series gets a bit more interesting. Big plays start to occur, so let's feast our eyes on these last few games. Beautiful map here, my favourite.
Look for an early flick on it.
One thing that NRG were able to do
Counterplay of PSG.
pretty well was not get annihilated by PSG kickoffs, because PSG have got a knack for getting kickoff goals,
Absolutely.
or at least getting kickoff goal opportunities. And NRG didn't really allow that to happen too much. Just is so scary from that position, but good save by Fruity.
Absolutely
BPL team to get involved in RL. Don't know what that what BPL is. I'm sorry.
no holding back, even though it's such a tough angle.
That's so risky by FairJame. Let's just take another look at this and see what's going on. So, Fruity, look how far away from the ball Fruity is here. He is jumping up for a block here from super far away. And Fireburner's got an option to pass to Justin down the line here. He could just fire it straight down the line at Justin. I believe that there's no reason he wouldn't be able to do that. Let's just back it up a couple frames. I mean, it looks like, yeah, you could definitely pass this. But he's gone straight into the world's most obvious dunk. And now the opportunity is gone. I feel like that would have been a better option to pass there.
Players to go up against when he sets up that double touch.
The most terrifying thing about Justin as well is that.
Oh, British Premier League. I've got no idea, mate. I have got no idea if they're interested.
Players that are just mechanical players. Justin has the brains to go with it. He uses what is necessary at the right time.
That was actually something that
That's why he was
Garrett and Fireburner said. I don't know if it was both of them or one of them, but I'm sure that one of Garrett Fireburner said that when Justin joined NRG. They expected that they were going to have to really drill into him how to rotate and how to play as a team, because he was just carrying his RLRS team the previous season to get them into RLCS. But then when they played with him, they realized, no, he's actually really good at threes. We don't need to teach this guy half as much as we thought we would. All right, so this is a pass that has to go infield for Garrett. It just has to. He's going to be, infield passing. Did he try and flip reset there? Maybe he did, but that's like a super hard ball to flip reset on. I don't know why he would do that. Yeah, I think he just has to put that in field and keep it away from Fruity, because there you see Justin is coming in as third man to play that ball. So the more back that Garrett can hit it, the better it would actually be for Justin to follow up on. Like getting those infield passes back a little bit makes it easier. It's a really nice pass. Fireburner dodging to left to scoop the ball over the defense. X Games champion Fireburner. People forget, a lot of people think that Fireburner's retired without a LAN win. He did actually get one major LAN win over Gale Force Esports, which was of course the team that became Dignitas, the most dominant 3v3 team in Rocket League history, as many people would say. Well, their first major LANs were losses. I think maybe even more than that, in fact, were losses. They lost to Flipside at DreamHack Summer, and then they lost to X Games to NRG, which was a really stacked tournament. A lot of good teams at that tournament, and NRG came out on top of the whole pile with Jacob. That was the pre-Justin era. Yeah, I do definitely have 3-year subs. You're right, King Spectre. I have to fix that. I've been away, so I haven't had a chance to really do anything related to that. Fair looking for an infield pass there, just could not quite catch the ball.
Thanks to NRG, mostly shutting him down.
Chaussette just side flipping. He realized he was not going to be flying in the right direction for that, so he side flipped to recover.
How much distance he's getting? Not a lot. That's
Flip reset for Justin, doesn't really get anywhere. It's a nice little interception there for Gargi. Who's champions of Europe though? What, right now in Rocket League, who's the best team in Europe? I mean, you'd probably have to still go with Vitality, even though they lost at DreamHack Valencia. They did win the World Championship just 2 weeks prior, so you'd have to go with them, surely. Where's it called at these days? I've heard, or I saw some thread on Rocket League Esports Reddit that he's subbing for some team for DreamHack Montreal, but I'm not sure which team. DreamHack Montreal qualifiers are already going on. Who's champions of Europe in football? Oh, well, Liverpool. But that's what do you call it? Yeah, it's also a pretty crazy tournament that ended up as with Liverpool winning. So too many clears down the middle for PSG. Quite a lot this game. They've just been hitting it straight down the center. And Chaussette getting dunked on. Rare sight, but it is something you see sometimes. You know, Justin is tackleable. You'll also notice that Ferrer was pretty quick to come off the goal line there, following up on Chaussette. He's thinking, okay, maybe Chaussette can flick this and I'll follow up with an aerial. But Chaussette wanted to just bring it down, go for a 50-50 or a mind game. It's a nice shot by Justin, 3-1. But yeah, or 3-0 rather. Free, not able to make contact. It looks like he had the boost to get there, but he just didn't read it properly. He wanted to get a very slight touch to send it sideways. A thick touch would have sent it back into the middle, which he doesn't want. Yeah, luckily for Free, this game looked like it was already going in NRG's favour anyway. A 2-goal comeback is always going to be pretty difficult against them. What do I think about the absolute mess is the EU roster shuffle? I've not really been keeping up with it. I've heard that, you know, there's rumors that Cassio's leaving Triple Trouble to join Method, and Turbo's obviously left. Dignitas, but nothing's been like announced yet, and I'm not really like that interested in finding out early what's going on. Yeah, Ferrer just getting caught on the wrong side of the ball there. It's been quite a lot of mispositioning in goal and in defense for Ferrer this game, but like I said before, luckily for them, they're already behind, so it's not like they've just gone 1-0 down in a game 4 of this series. It's not really that awful. No point watching NRG are obviously winning this one. I know it's scripted, isn't it? They wanted to get that win for Fireburner. And the one thing I didn't say during the cast, or one thing I didn't say on broadcast at all for DreamHack Valencia, is that surely a second place finish for Fireburner and for NRG is more fitting for them than a win, because obviously a win would not really be a good send-off, because that's not really what this team has been doing. They've always come second, so coming second would be a perfect, I think, a really good way to go out. Like, oh well, we've finished as we we finished exactly as we started, just finishing second again. So it does make sense in that regard. And another thing that I think a lot of people overlooked, just because PSG were the villains of this, they're ruining Fireburner's last ever tournament, is just how big of a deal this is for PSG. Like, who do you think needed this win more? Justin and Garrett and Fireburner? Justin and Garrett in their continued search for RLCS NA success with a new teammate next season? Fireburner as a potential coach? Or PSG? Yeah, like Yummy Cheeseman says. Like, PSG needed this win way more than NRG did. This is huge for them. Absolutely huge. They're a team that everybody's been kind of questioning. And asking, like, are they top tier? Because they're always there or thereabouts, but not quite getting there. Right, hold on a second here. What are PSG doing in this kickoff? What is going on? So it is the double diagonal one. Yeah, it is. And everybody's... Did everybody just half flip into the boost or something? Yeah, Fireburner and Chaussette both half flipped into the boost. Goodness sake. These kickoffs are so trash. Both these kickoffs I absolutely hate. I can't stand this. Like, if you want to know how to do this kickoff right, look at Rogue or Dignitas, because they do it right. These kickoffs are embarrassing. Like, this is why there's always one team coming out so far ahead with a huge chance to score a kickoff goal when teams go for this ridiculous setup. Like, if you want to get somebody, like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to tell you that you should keep someone in goal. I'm not going to say that. At this level of 3v3, you shouldn't be doing. We're not talking ranked here. You don't need a goalie in professional 3v3. But if you want to cheat with one player and grab boosts with another player, cheat with your guy who spawned in the corner and grab boosts with the guy who's spawned in the middle. That's how, or who spawned off to the side. So here for NRG, you'd want to have Fireburner cheating if Garrett is your kickoff man. You'd want to have one of Garrett and Fireburner cheating, the other one doing the kickoff, and Justin would grab boost because he spawned in the middle. Here for PSG, you'd want to have Fruity grab boost, and Chaussette and Ferrer, one of them goes for kickoff, one of them cheats. That's how you play this kickoff safely. Because if you don't, then stuff like this can happen, where the ball pings off into one side of the field and there's literally nobody there for PSG for like 100 miles. Nobody can pressure this ball, nobody can get there. And not only that, Chaussette can't even shadow. He has to dive in and hope for the best. If Justin like takes a light touch here and pops it, Chaussette is screwed. He can't even shadow from this position. But luckily for Chaussette, the ball was just not sitting right up for Justin. So he could just dive in pretty safely. But yeah, I've seen so many kickoffs go horrendously for one team. Just because in that double diagonal spawn, everybody does it wrong. everybody. So one team always comes out on with a huge win, the other team has a huge loss. Whereas if you just make that minor adjustment I just suggested, suddenly you're still coming out with a huge advantage sometimes against teams who don't know what they're doing, which is everybody, and you don't actually have massive losses when the kickoff doesn't go in your favor. Hey, Disco Panda 3, thanks for the Prime sub. Kiwi Shep, thanks for the 9-month Prime. Chrissy97, thanks for the 11-month Prime. And Salsa, the Shamrock, thanks for the 2-month Prime. Appreciate that. Now, Free, I think you guys have got a good kickoff. Like, it's usually like anything involving Farah on kickoff goes well because he just like gets the ball on the right side of the field and he knows what to do with it when he gets there. Oh, if Farah had boost, he would have tried to follow up on that. It's just more risky, that's it. Yeah, what I'm saying is you can get the exact same benefits out of your kickoff if you just change who goes for boosts and who cheats. You literally just swap roles. You get a way safer setup, same benefits, same rewards, with almost no risk whatsoever. The only risk is that it's a slightly more difficult read than just going straight down the middle. 'Cause sometimes when you're cheating, it's a harder read off a side bounce if you're not exactly in the middle of the field. But that's not really something that causes professional players much issues, like the reading of the bounce off the sidewall. I've not seen many pros misread that. I see it a lot in ranked. I see people get it wrong all the time, but like even high level ranked, people mean that. But in pro games, not so much. So I wouldn't really think of that as a weakness. You think there's more to it? Well, yeah, obviously it's always situational for you, but I can tell you for a fact every team that have gone off and tried what I'm suggesting and then come back and told me how they're getting on, they're like, okay, wow, yeah, we're getting huge wins out of this. I would prefer seeing it as a caster because if everybody's doing the kickoff like the right way, you get less like rubbishy kickoff goals. You get less of these silly wee dribbles where both teams cheat and the ball just goes past one of the other team's cheaters and then you got like a goal. It's just yeah. It's more fun to cast when it gets into the actual like thick of the game, for me at least. Oh, PSG are so aggressive from the second man. That is exactly what you want from your second man. He is right there ready to pounce on anything that comes into the middle. Anything, Chaucet's ready for it. Why is it less risky better? Long story short, you have more coverage of the field because you'll notice in this kickoff, you can see where Justin's car is. He's in the back right. And look where Garrett's car is going to land. He's going to land like front left here. Now, if Justin had also gone back left on this kickoff, you've got everybody lined up on one side of the field. And nobody's able to quickly get back into that back left position. But here you don't need to worry about that because that's the natural rotation path for Garrett to leave. And when he gets there, there's going to be boost for him, so you're not likely to get boost starved, which is probably like actually the biggest advantage of switching which side you grab boost on. The easy way to know if you're doing it right, in my opinion, is wherever if on a double diagonal spawn or any diagonal spawn kickoff in threes. If you have somebody in your team getting boost, it should be behind him. It should be behind where your kickoff man spawned. Because that way, your guy who did the kickoff will 9 times out of 10, maybe even more, probably like 19 times out of 20, have a back boost in the corner right behind where he lands after he's finished doing the kickoff. So you don't have somebody boost starved. If you do it the way I was criticizing earlier, both teams, in my opinion, did it wrong. You're setting up an easy boost starve for the other team because they could just loop in, grab the boost. Okay, that's some decent defense for NRG. Could be better though. They're struggling here. Look how aggressive PSG are playing with their second man. It's good faith in their third free to not mess up, to know when to go. Oh. I remember this goal. That's just so unfortunate for Garrett. When this goal happened, I was like, oh, this might actually just be PSG's day. Look at that. Bam. Get outplayed, Garrett. Your car's made of paper, mate. Put some weight on you. He just gets plowed. Gets absolutely rammed through the goal. What an outplay. Bubblegun 40, thanks for the 29-month tier 1, by the way. Really appreciate that. Yeah, you just jumped but not flipped, yeah. Even if you do flip though, if the other guy's coming with momentum and he flips, you can just get rammed straight through into the goal. It's it just happens. I think what Garrett probably wanted to do is try to deflect the ball more rather than sit right behind it. He probably wanted to deflect it to the side just a little bit so it doesn't stop right in front of the goal line. It's pretty hard to do though. It's pretty hard.
That's awkward for Farah. It's awkward for PSG.
Can KSA and other teams play in DreamHack? Yeah, as far as I know, KSA, like Saudi Arabia, could play in DreamHack, which would be insane, because those guys are nuts. They're pretty nuts. Well, what is going on here? Justin, where are you going, mate? You've got a third man. What are you doing? The Firebirder's right there. Relax. Have some faith in Firebirder.
To be honest, if that goal went in, it seems like the sort of goal that changes the complexion of a game entirely. Justin, nice pass.
That's so quiet back there. Like when you go off player cam into director camera, it's just like, not director camera, auto cam, it's just so silent. Good placement by Justin. Really good placement there. Car Freak 680, thanks for the brand new Prime. Yeah, I've disabled the sub sound bubblegum, but that's just because people like if people are spamming right now, it's gonna be hard for me to concentrate. Who do I think should be NRG's third? Probably Turbo. Probably Turbo. Because he's already got championship wins, several of them. And if you want to get Garrett and Justin to win a championship together, Turbo seems like your man. I don't know if that's going to happen though. I've got no idea. But if I was able to, you know, if I was managing NRG and I could just pick anybody and pop them in the roster, that's who it would be. Chaussette would probably be better. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Chaussette is not somebody I've seen doing incredibly well in multiple different rosters. Turbo Pulsar is. Chaussette is not someone I've seen play like that consistently. Yes, he can pop off, but is that what you need in a roster that you already have Justin and Garrett in? I would argue no. Love that from Chaussette, though, dribbling the ball away from a 50. They don't want the oh. Exactly, Johnny Boy of the past. Well said. Yeah. No, he wants to like look for a more clean opportunity because he's already got a 1-goal lead in his team. Pretty big dunk there by Farah. Turbo moving to NA. I've got no clue. Who from NA? If I had to pick somebody from NA to play on NRG, I mean, if you can just pick literally anybody, then I guess you would want to take someone from Cloud9, because then you'd be improving NRG and weakening Cloud9 with the same roster move. And the easy pick there would be Torment, obviously. So yeah, Torment would probably be your #1 most impactful pick if you could just choose someone. It's like what Flipside did after Season 1. They got Greasy, which weakened their main rival, We Dem Girls, or Northern Gaming at the time, while also strengthening their own roster. Oh man, look at this bronze lobby over here. What is going on? We've got Garrett G and Fireburner running into each other. Oh no. Why are they all moving forward in the same place? What's going on here? Everybody's so desperate to follow up on a near post pass. Fireburner right now should probably just get over there on the far right hand side instead of being here. Should probably just get over there, because then as soon as this ball comes across, he'd be able to dunk it from a more intuitive angle. And everybody's like all there for NRG. That's just not going to work. Kronovi. I don't know if Kronovi would be the best pickup. I mean, if you can't grab Torment, which is unlikely in my opinion, to be a thing, you would probably want to get somebody from G2, because then, like I said, you're weakening one of your main rivals. And for me, the pick there would it would probably be JNaps. It would probably be JNaps. So yeah, Torment, JNaps are your biggest, I guess, potential pickups. How did Chaussette miss this? Hold on a second. How did he miss that ball? Like, Chaussette played insanely well this tournament, but he did have a couple of moments in defense where he's just like, yeah, by the way, I'm playing like a platinum player. What is that? Did he like run out of boost or something? Hold on a second. How did he miss? Fair enough with a little boost donation there. So Chaussette might be out of boost. Nah, he literally just whiffed the ball. Literally missed the ball for no reason. So yeah, Chaussette had some interesting defensive plays. He did have some huge saves, like really crazy saves. But there was also moments where I'm like, what is he doing? what is that? So that's why I would say Free was their key man in defense, more consistent. Although he had a couple of whiffs himself. I mean, he had one earlier on this series, but nobody's played a perfect defensive game in a grand final pretty much ever in Rocket League. Mad Wookie, thanks for the 3-month prime. Really appreciate that. NRG doesn't need to weaken any other NA teams. They trash all of them regardless. Justin almost with a sneaky double touch. I mean, they don't trash them. They lost to G2 at DreamHack Valencia. Like that was the only time that G2 with the current roster that they have had ever beaten the NRG that we see currently on screen. And it was at DreamHack Valencia, so they don't always beat them. Plus, you know, they're getting a new. If they're gonna get a new player, you want to just make the biggest swing in NA possible. As for free agents, I suppose I'd say Drip is the best free agent for NRG at the moment, but that's just my opinion. I don't know who they're gonna go for. Don't know what their plans are. Yeah, I was talking earlier about how big of a win this was for PSG. Recently, Farah has finished school and now he's going full-time Rocket League. Look at Chaussette go. Just look at him. 1v3 dribbling everywhere he goes. Demo Justin, bring it down, cut it past Fireburner, flick it over Garrett. Easy as you like. Just another 1v3 dribble to add to the collection. If you didn't watch DreamHack Valencia, that was a pretty good summary of what happened. It's just, Chaussette has taken the ball, and it looks like we're watching pre-season 1 Rocket League, where somebody's just dribbling an entire team. I've never seen that since like pre-season 1 Marky Duda maybe. Was the last time I saw somebody play like this. Unbelievable stuff. Craig Surge, thanks for the 9-month prime. Excellent cast for Valencia. Did not expect PSG to go all the way. Well, I'm with you on that one, but I'm happy to see it because those guys are a really cool team. It's awesome to see. And cheers, I appreciate the kind words. Wasn't it school, was work. Oh, okay. Cheers for the information, Yummy. Was working in development for 3 years while playing. Okay, so Farah had to work and Rocket League at the same time, and now he can dedicate himself full time. So I mean that's huge. Exactly like that. If that isn't proof that this was more of a gain for PSG, then I don't know what is. But yeah. Okay. You know our last game when PSG scored a goal off 50-50 where Farah just blasted Garrett G straight through, or the ball straight through Garrett G and scored. And I was thinking at the time when I saw that, I was like, this might be PSG's day. This was the moment that confirmed it when Chaussette just brings the ball down. Nobody challenges him, which, by the way, I think Garrett G should 100% challenge here. Even if he doesn't have boost, he needs to pressure this ball. See, right there, Farah steals the boost, and Garrett G's first instinct is to just turn away from the ball. He should just ball chase right here. Just close the distance. You see, he's trying to, like, sit back and react to what Chaussette's doing. He needs to force Chaussette to make a move on this ball ASAP. Just get involved. Just flip towards him. Anything to disrupt Chaussette's rhythm. Because in the end, Chaussette misses his flick. Garrett accidentally hits it into him. And then it bounces into an open net for Farah. Look at that. Accidentally miss flick by Chaussette. Comes off Garrett, who's playing a bit too hesitant. And, you know, it's a little bit lucky, but it counts. PSG up by 1. That was where I'm thinking it might be their day. This is just all going right for them. It's just happening again for poor old Fireburner. Looking forward to seeing what Fireburner's going to get up to in content creation, coaching, whatever he does. I'm sure he'll be integral to the Rocket League community as he always has been. A nice bathroom. Thanks for the 2-month tier 1. That looks like a name that I would have said wrong in the past. I would have probably said nice bat room or something. But I appreciate the 2 months, man. Look at Fireburner just looking across here to see what's happening on, because he just got demoed, so he's looking right now at Garrett's screen to see what is happening in the game, because often when you get demoed, you're just stuck looking at a wall, and people were pointing this out in one of the Rocket League esports threads, like, look, every time that so-and-so gets demoed, he's looking at the other team, but no, he's actually just looking at his teammate's screen, because he wants to see what's happening. Am I going to need to do something straight away when I spawn here? Or is the ball in the other team's half? Is it all good? Cheating confirmed. Well, See, is it? I don't know. I would say that it isn't cheating. Like looking at your teammate's screen, they're probably able to communicate that information to you anyway. So it looks like Justin's wiggles have stopped working. He went for a lot of these earlier, but if you're gonna wiggle a lot with your dribbles and kind of fake the ball, it's good to throw an actual flick in there every now and then to keep the other team guessing. Just keep them honest, because if you go for a wiggle like fake every single time, PSG are going to know it's coming. He has indeed, Shogun. Oh no, that's the moment. Shogun beating the call. I heard him say the wrong name, but I was like, I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. It's all good. He meant to say Chaussette, but yeah, happens. It happens. Justin is the MVP of Season 5 RLCS, which is a different event. This is Valencia. That's how you roll out of that one and pretend it didn't happen. Pretty good double touch for Chaussette, though. Not all about the ground play. Pretty sure you fixed him after he was done talking. I think he did himself. Let's listen. I don't know if anybody corrected this one. Hold on. I probably just said who it was, but it wasn't to correct him. It was just because that's who actually scored. I'm not going to be like, yeah, it was Justin. So he says that.
What on earth was this? Double touch off the ceiling by Chaussette 45.
But yeah, I'm just pretending Shogun didn't say anything wrong. I'm like, yeah, it was Chaussette, by the way. I didn't say oh, Shogun, you got that one wrong, mate. It was actually Chaussette who scored. He's making a soundbite moment. Yeah, it is absolutely the worst feeling. Because he had everything else perfect. If he'd said Chaussette there, it would have been in everybody's montage for Chaussette, DreamHack Valencia montage. That would have been in there. But you got the name wrong.
Defense is still feeling like he's playing pretty well right now. Credit to him for putting those in the back of his
a little open net miss there by Fruity by the looks of things, but they're already up by a couple goals.
Back for PSG after being shut out twice in a row.
Fruity up. You can see Fruity starting to feel confident right now. Chaussette pulls himself back quite far.
Yeah, Chaussette did a wee freestyle to just get to the ball quicker. That's the only reason he was doing that.
A little bit more quality, but now they've seen the clock.
I wonder why Justin didn't go up the wall here. Did he just miss the first touch? Did he intend to go up the wall here? Because it's much more scary for PSG if Justin makes a beeline for the ceiling in this position than if he turns infield and comes off the wall. The only time you'd want to turn infield there as Justin is if PSG have got somebody moving in up on the wall ready to slam dunk you if you do go up there. But nobody was nearby, so it would have made more sense for him to go up there. Oh, Garrett couldn't reach the ball. Why do I need to review a series I casted? I review a lot of series I cast, in fact. That's, for me, one of the best ways to not just, actually see what happened, because when you're casting, it's, so a lot of things are in the moment. You don't really see what, all the strategy and the nuances of what's going on. So a lot of the stuff that I actually learn about Rocket League, I won't learn when I'm casting it. I'll learn when I look back, and I'll learn, okay, that's what that team is trying to do. Okay, maybe they should do that, or maybe they should try this. But also, besides learning about the game, just listening constructively to your own casting is a good way to get better. Just think, okay, what could I do better here? Did that work? Should I try doing more of this? Should I try to do less of this, maybe? So yeah, that would be the main reasons for watching back series I've casted. Although right now I'm not doing it to improve my casting, because I've not really been listening to it. It's just on there as background noise. This is more just a gameplay review, an event review in general, and a little chat with my stream, since I've not streamed for over a week. I take care, King Spectre. I'll see you later, man. Did I meet Guan? Yes, I did meet Guan. I met Guan in Leipzig, but I saw him again at Valencia. Another missing defense by Chaussette, but Justin couldn't get the double touch, which is rare. But yeah, if you're an upcoming caster, I would recommend watching back your own casts. You have to get over your hatred of your own voice. If you can't stand the sound of your own voice, just remember that everybody else has to put up with it 24/7 anyway. So if they have to put up with it, you might as well like put up with it as well. It's really not that big a deal. Just get on with it. What if you're a failed caster? You've been failed by the system, yummy. Failed by the system. Hold on, I want to see this goal again. Looks like a Fireburner probably could have done something about this. Did he mean to hit this? Where's Fireburner going? Like, Fireburner should be all over this ball. I guess he tried to go around it. Was this a fake by Fireburner maybe? I think he's trying to fake this. Because he should just get under that ball and take it into the corner. But it looks like he's tried to fake it this way. He's like, oh, look at me. I'm hitting the ball. Aha! I'm actually going this way. But Fruity's like, mate, I've got 0 boost. I'm just ball chasing. I mean, you're trying to play like all these mind games. Your levels up, you know, all the way up here. I'm ball chasing, man. I'm just chasing the ball. So sorry, it's not gonna work. Ball chaser wins every time against the player who's trying to be smart in Rocket League. Fireburner's like, oh, watch this. Oh, faked him. Just kidding. Fruity's ball chasing. But yeah, it's definitely Fireburner's misplay there. You've got to make sure to at least get a touch on that ball, turn it into a 50-50, but even better, bring it under control. Pretty sure that Fireburner was going for a demo. You think he was going for a demo? Okay, hold on. Last attempt to try and figure out what on earth was happening here. No, nah, he's faking. He's faking. But yeah, let's just go forward again. I don't think he was so far away from it in a demo. It can't have been a demo. No way. Maybe he just missed, but he wasn't even close. There's no way that's a miss, and he turned back so quickly. It must have been a fake. But yeah, Fruity with the ball chasing was just superior. Was it Utopia that that PSG won DreamHack Leipzig 2018 on? I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. I will seek fluid. Thank you, hydration bot.
Where is that magic going to come for NRG? Chaussette looking dangerous again. He doesn't have much boost, but he still looks like he's somehow going to...
Yeah, it was. I thought so. So this is like the map you don't want to play against GT. Oh, look at this. Fruity, why? Why do you have to do this? Can't we just have nice things? Look at that handoff with the pre-jump. And Fruity's like, nope. Get out of here. That was scripted to be a goal. I just want you guys to know that. We scripted this entire series, and that was supposed to be a goal, but Fruity went off script just because he wanted to win a LAN. I know. Outrageous. Should be fired. He was supposed to get faked by Fireburner earlier on as well. That wasn't even supposed to be a PSG goal. Like, this game's gone completely wrong. He was trying to get a goal side challenge. Yeah, well, maybe, but why? It's the question. I know you're talking about the Fireburner thing. Again, why would you do that if you just need to make sure that nobody is shooting the ball immediately, you know?
It's been pretty routine for PSG. 3 minutes left.
Okay. I've actually forgotten how this went. All I know is that the end of this was spoiled by Fruity again. Like, the script was written, it was right there, and Fruity was like, nah, I just want to win a LAN. I'm bigger than your fridge. One of the proper 2-door fridge freezers as well. Yeah, proper don't remember what happened though. What do you think Reign of Vitality went on so well in RLCS but bad in DreamHack? I mean, when you're trying to win Rocket League LANs, it helps when you don't triple commit every game. At RLCS, Reign of Vitality did not triple commit every game on the final day. Then at DreamHack Valencia, they triple committed every game on the final day, and they lost. So, lessons were learned. Lessons that you would have expected them to have learned a long time ago. But, anyway, yeah, it was scripted. You know, NRG were supposed to win this, Fireburner's last LAN. But then, Fruity just didn't want it to happen. Oh, that should be defended. That should be defended. Where's the defense? Oh, man. Fireburner's just rushed in and done nothing. Just trying to come in for an internet save as well. If you look back at how this sets up, So Garrett trying to catch an absolute screamer of a clear, misses the ball. That's pretty bad. That should be a nasty, nasty clear. This is the dream position to just go for a side flip off the wall. It looks like did he side flip or did he diagonal flip here? Because if he side flips, this is much easier. Looks like he had a bit of diagonal in that flip, if I'm not mistaken. Should have sided. Should have gone for a side flip. But yeah, that whiff is pretty bad. So let Chaussette get a free touch. Justin's covering the goal. He is currently in the goal, like blocking shots. Fireburner's job there is probably to block anything on the backboard, but he's driven forward and then turned around in no man's land. And Chaussette is unchallenged on the backboard. Well, Justin's coming up for a late save, but that should really be look at where Fireburner's coming from after Garrett G misses, which is the biggest issue. Fireburner rushes in, then when he's supposed to be coming forward and like challenging this ball, he's just going back and doing nothing. That should be a challenge. Yeah, the analog stick for the controller has a lot more options for which direction you flip in. Maybe an advantage for keyboard players. It's very easy to hit those like side flip clears with a keyboard setup. Or I've never had any difficulty with those. And I'm far from pro level mechanics, but I have like on several occasions, like more times than I can remember actually, gone for a side flip wall clear off the diagonal back wall beside my own goal and scored in the other team's goal without the ball bouncing several times. It's not hard on a keyboard at all to hit that, but if you don't side flip, if you accidentally diagonal flip, you don't get anywhere near as much consistency on it. Oh dear, where's Justin going? This is so many like simple rotations are just being ruined for NRG. Like a good like sort of just a guideline to go by in Rocket League if you're trying not to cut your teammates off is don't drive left to right in the other team's half when you're gonna play the ball. Don't cut across the field in the other team's half to play the ball. Because very often when you do it, you're just going to cut off a teammate who had a better touch. Happens here at the highest level. Happens in ranked every single game. Like you're coming in as third man for an absolutely booming hit on the ball, and then somebody else just cuts in and does nothing. They just like take it up the wall, and you're like, why? Yeah, if you don't want to be that guy, if you don't want to be the guy cutting off his teammates, just don't move laterally to play the ball in the other team's half. If you're thinking, oh, I could go to the right here to play the ball, just go back. You're thinking, oh, I could go to the left here to play the ball. Nah, just go back. Just let your third man come in. Just rotate in behind him. You're the third man now. Look at that little Fireburner. Is that Chaussette in the Dominus? No, it's Fireburner. Popping off. I love this call by Shogun, actually. Fireburner's original team was called Kings of Urban, unless in case anybody's not aware. Hey, Zed Fiascos, thanks for the tier 3 sub. Really appreciate that, buddy. Welcome back. It's 10 months in a row as well. Alright, so a minute left. How did this go down again? I just remember there were so many like should have been goals, but NRG couldn't get the job done. How did it happen? What occurred? So a Fireburner banner in Urban, I would be down. Oh, these have got to be passes, boys. NRG, this has got to be a pass. I feel like if Fireburner just hits that off the sidewall to himself, he's going to get a chance to go for a way better clear than this one. But he's just hit it long, straight into Fruity. Yeah. At the end here, me and Shogun are trying to do as many handovers as possible. Just getting hype. Right, look how far back PSG are sitting. Oh, Fruity. There it is. I knew that Fruity, once again, with the spoil. That is not what the script said. I think this was our goal as well. I think this was on target. Just look at this passing by NRG. Yeah, shut up, Johnny. Fruity's just spoiling the entire tournament here. Oh, nah. This was the moment. This is Rocket League moment. But Fireburner hit the bar. Oh, that one killed me. That one actually killed me. There was like so many moments this game where it should have been a goal, but that one, oh no, you need to hit the target, Fireburner. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I saw him moving up and I was like, it's actually happening. It's gonna go to game 7. Never mind, it's the crossbar. That is just it's just an absolute heartbreaker. Absolute heartbreaker. At least we got a little bit of high ball time. We got another floaty shot. Funnily enough, I think if Garrett G pops this into the crossbar, Fireburner has an open net. Because everybody on PSG's in the air. The entire team. They're all up for this. They're like, mine. Can you imagine if Garrett G just popped this? If he just, you know, lifted it over Chaussette instead of hitting it down into him? It would have been wide open for Justin. Look, Justin's he's in the box. He's there. And Farah is not getting there in time. Fruity's gone. Chaussette's gone. Oh, man. NRG had their chances. This was like... It was so scripted. It was so scripted. You think Farah got it? Nah, Farah does not have this. Watch again. See, like, ball is being popped. Like, let's go through this frame by frame. Okay? So, Garrett G would pop it on this frame because he wouldn't have to wait for the ball to drop down and shoot on target. He would hit it a bit earlier to pop it. So, there we go. The ball is on its way to the backboard as we speak. Probably arrives at the backboard somewhere around about now. Farah is flopping. Fruity has 2 of his wheels on the crossbar and the other 2 are in the middle of nowhere. Chaussette is about to fly off into a different continent. So the ball's bouncing off the crossbar maybe around about now. And then here we have Justin jumping. He would be jumping now for the shot. He would be hitting the ball around about now, and Farah has no momentum. He's just landed facing the wrong direction. I believe that is a goal. Yeah, Farrell literally just fell off the wall there, and that's him. He just landed on this very frame. It would be an uncontested shot for Justin. Unbelievable. What could have been? It could have been a game 7. I would have been so much happier if we went to game 7. But still, like I said before, I am overall like very happy that PSG won. It's much bigger for them that they got the W here than NRG. NRG don't really need that. It's whatever for them. Handshake review. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just make sure that none of this music is copyrighted. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so first of all, we have Fruity getting up, looking for his team. They're still sitting down. He finds Farah. He's like, get up. Come on, we won. It's time to congratulate ourselves. Fruity has to bend all the way down. He's currently on his knees to get involved in the group hug. Chaussette gets on top of... They've got a box on stage here. They do this for the casters as well sometimes when you're standing when you cast. If there's a huge height disparity like with Wavepunk and any of the other casters, you get a box for the other caster to stand on so that it's not like somebody and their dad casting. So Chaussette's in the box, Fruity's on his knees now. Now you've got more of a height parity there for PSG. Smiles for NRG. I was kind of... the evil side of me was hoping that we were just going to look over and it would just be like, no, this is our last LAN. How emotional would that have been? But now they're like, good try, guys, good try. Now let's go and find a nice club in Valencia to cry away our sorrows. Fruity looking for the NRG team. He has located them and moves into position for the first handshake. Oh, it's a half hug. Pretty solid stuff there. Chaussette and Garrett G, less solid but still decent, and Farah a little bit lean away. He's like, Garrett, you stink, man. You've been sweating quite a lot this game. Yeah, Fireburner and Fruity in the background. You can't really criticize this one, but then Justin is like, what is this? Who is this guy? And what have you done with Fruity? This guy is huge. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody who is quite this big. He's the biggest human I've ever seen. Is he even human? What is that? He says. As he throws his hands into the air. Fruity's like, oh, come on, man. I'm trying my best. Like, it's just how I am, you know? Some of us are just meant to be 6'9". Justin tries to... He actually does get his hand over the top of Fruity's shoulder. which is a big accomplishment in itself. How tall is Fruity? I'm not even sure, to be honest. Probably like 6'6" or 6'7", I guess. I'm not sure what that is in centimeters. Yeah, Chaussette and Justin. Chaussette is actually just whispering something in Justin's ear right now. My sources have told me that what he said is every time land final, I beat you. And Justin is just like, wow. He's shaking. See? He was smiling earlier. Now, straight face. He doesn't know what to do with himself. Yeah, like Justin is just his morale is crushed now. Fireburner really quickly. He's just like, okay, hold on a second here. I did have a couple of DMs open with some Valencia Instagram models. Let me just get back involved there. He knows where his priorities are at. Who saw the classics video where he was where he's like swiping? He was swiping on Tinder while on stage in a series which I believe that they won. And Fruity, like he goes over here. He's like, "What is this? Is this a coin?" No, Fruity, it's a wheel. It's a wheel. I know. To you, it looks like just a coin, but it is in fact. I guess it's the rims of a wheel. Wazy, thanks for the 15-month tier 1. Welcome back, buddy. Also, Travis LE23, thanks for the brand new Prime. But yeah, pretty good winner's ceremony. These little, what do you call them, confetti pieces are so slippery. See this like this plastic or whatever it's called stage. When you get these little bits of confetti on it, it's so slippery. I'm surprised nobody fell over. Yeah, they're just like, okay, when do we go? Do we just stand here? Nobody told us what to do after this point. They didn't think we were going to win, so they didn't inform us where to go after we were the trophy. They're just like standing there like, well, I guess that's it. We'll just wait till they turn off the cameras and then sneak away. Farrah's like trying to duck out the camera right now and get off. No, he's just sitting down. He's going to take a little seat. I didn't see this. I was not paying attention for this bit. I think gassing was already over. Oh no, Farrah's he's got back up. He's going to go for round 2. And get off the stage, PSG. They've been there for too long. See these numbers, by the way, for if you're still here. Like, does every PSG esports player have their own number? And that is the number for forever. I like that Chaussette's got 45. That it's pretty cool. Rewind. What do you want me to rewind for? Oh, there's actually a little hole at the back of the stage. I wasn't aware of that. Interesting. And there we go. That's all there was. Chaussette dabbed. Okay, hold on. Fine. Did he? When? Was it before this? I'm guessing it was before this. When he got off the stage. Keep watching. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second here. Chaussette, man. After this event, he's just gone on Twitter and he's written out something like, "Thank you for all fans who support me for this win." I'm like, buddy, could you not at least get like someone like, I think Fruity has fluent English. You get him to write it out for you. Chaussette's just like he does not care at all. He's like, yeah, we won, big deal, it's fine. Knew we were gonna win. Fennec OP. Nobody else played the car. Idiots.